side.
Hola.
All right. Yeah, you can swap over now. Yeah?
Okay.
So Marco has done his second episode now. Like he's starting his second episode. He's still got the ropes for it. But yeah, so today we got part 2. Well, not today, tonight. Like we're back for part 2 of Karito's journey. So
Yeah, part 2, right? With Latino, we can't shut up. We talk so much.
I'm so sorry about last time though, because like the power dropped out, and then it just turns out that the heater we had in here, because it's so cold in here, was just draining it, and yeah, it caused so many issues and stuff like that.
It was a bit freaky, because if you were in Colombia, it would have been the power, just.
Right, it explodes or something.
Yeah, like free. We don't have so much as a free speech there.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's getting better, I hope. Yeah. So it's good to be back. Thank you so much for having us again.
Yeah. So how was your week? Like, what did you get up to?
Oh, not so much. Unfortunately, because this weather have been giving me
a bit
of feeling. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, really, like down the hill. Yes, it's been a rough week. But here I am.
There's been a bad bug going around, honestly. Like even I caught something. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I felt so crook for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been bad.
I couldn't do my radio show today, which is normally Mondays from 1 to 3 on Radio Fremantle.
Can we actually pull that up again? Like, so how do we find that again so we can promote it?
Radio Fremantle is a Facebook page. Yeah.
Right.
But my radio show is Latin Studio, and then because we have a show on Mondays on Radio Frio from 1 to 3, and another one on Saturdays, which is a different type of show on 89.7 FM.
And 89.7, okay.
Yeah, which is at ECU Joondalup. The university campus is beautiful.
Because it's funny with that, because it's just like, as I said before we started, it's like I rewatched where we were up to, and it's just here, basically.
Exactly.
Because like you moved here, and then like a year later, you started your own radio station.
Pretty much.
That's so cool though. It's like I
know. I never imagined though. I guess I never planned it, but that's one of the things of Australia. You never imagine that you will be doing such a things, especially so miles away from the country you were born on.
Yeah.
On.
Well, what's the distance between Colombia and Perth? Like,
I don't remember.
Let's see if we can find this, because it's probably like 1,000 kilometers, maybe more or something.
A few thousand.
It's a bit of a distance.
Just a little bit. Yes, on car.
And then, so like, just refresh my memory as well. So like, when you came over here, like, could you speak English, or did you like pick it up as you came over here?
I mean, the English we speak in South America is mostly from America, North America.
Okay.
So it's a totally different thing.
Really? Okay.
But yes, I think when I was finishing my degree in business, I think by then English started to be a necessity in the education system in Colombia, which is kind of, it makes a lot of sense now. Well, when you are in Australia, you travel and you feel, how much you need English to go around this world. It's really...
It's crazy how it's such a widespread language. But then, see, it's like, I kind of feel like Chinese in Australia is becoming like it's almost like a second language now as well, because they're just above us. But it's crazy all around the world. English is just it's just the norm almost these days.
Apparently, yes. Apparently, if you speak Spanish and English, you can go by 80% of the world, and you can still communicate, which is... It is cool. I don't know, like
because it's in Spanish. Like I mean, obviously in Spain and stuff, but then it's like, isn't it similar to? It's a little bit similar to Italian, I think.
Yes.
Or it's like it shares certain parts or something of the language.
It's the Latin languages. So if you put something on Latin, I may understand it. Same with Italian. I can understand Italian, Portuguese. French is a little bit harder, but still,
But still, that's so cool, though. That's already 4 languages.
Like. And then I can read French. When I read it, it's easier to understand. And same with Romanian, which I didn't know until I read. I was listening to a radio show, and then I realized it was from Romania. Okay, so there you go. But it does make sense, because at the end of the day, they are Latin languages, so I can understand. Portuguese is very similar. In Colombia, they speak something. In Colombia and Brazil, they say, because the Brazil people say, why you speak Spanish or Portuguese? The only place that speak Portuguese in Latin America is Brazil. The beautiful
Really? So
Brazil.
it's only Brazil that speak
Yeah.
Portuguese?
Yeah,
Okay.
and people in Colombia they speak Portuñol,
Portuñol.
Portuñol, which is a mix of Portuguese
Yeah.
and Spanish.
So it's like
Like a
melded together.
Spanglish kind of thing,
It's like okay.
Spanish and English. So
That's,
yeah,
that's so cool
yeah.
though.
No, you can understand. Like yes, people in Italian I can understand, but also depends of the I guess it depends of the accent, because sometimes some accents are very hard to understand, especially in French,
Yeah.
which the pronunciation is, once again, is a bit hard to listen in, but if you read it, it makes sense. But all it's because it's Latin language, and Spanish is like very similar to all of it.
So that's amazing, because it's just like with the English language, it's just English. Like I was telling my Italian friend this the other night, where it's like that you guys can roll your tongue, and like for us English, like when we speak English, we don't roll our tongue at all. So then for us to try and learn the language, you got to learn to roll your tongue.
But you know what is funny? That I can't roll the tongue like the rest of the people, because in Spanish I can't pronounce the R properly. Like
yeah, it's like a
law. But it takes a lot of effort from me to do R. And the funny thing is, my brother, from the elders to the youngest, and my dad, they all start with R. Like all of them, they have names with the R. So I was like always frustrated and ready to call them. But yeah, Radio Frio, it is the radio show we have been doing. The first one actually we did. We started the journey in radio there with our friend
so that's
Rono.
it there? Oh, there you are, team. There you are, right there.
Yeah. But it's been going on for like 10.5 years, which we're very happy with.
That's very impressive though. Like 10.5 years. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, we got very involved with the rest of the country by being a really active member with the CBAA, with the Community Broadcasting. Community Broadcasting Association.
Okay.
So that is kind of like a CBA, like Community Broadcasting Association, which is pretty much the same thing, but for the private sector. So when we're talking about community radio, we're talking about public sector. Obviously, the government is involved. They support. So the Community Broadcasting Organization of Australia, the CBA.
That's pretty cool though. That's really cool that you're involved with that, and they help promote you. And
we always love it because they teach us a lot of things. They keep us updated with the legislation, things like that. They actually create an app that is called Community Radio Plus, and it's free, so you can listen any type of radio station, a radio show at anywhere you are. So it is pretty good to use. It's free, so you can just download. That's it.
That's
the
awesome.
Community Radio Plus, so people can listen to us everywhere around Australia, and it is it's a pleasure to be part of that work, because we did a couple of awards. Like we applied for a couple of awards, and we got finalists a couple of times as the best community radio ethnic excellence in ethnic and multicultural broadcasting a couple of times with them.
That's so cool.
Yes, for the radio show. I know, we couldn't believe it, like what? Yeah. But we did it.
And it's just like a local community community radio in Fremantle, and then it's like you got finalists like for Australia, right?
That's the one that we applied for was on the 89.7 FM, which it was at ACU.
Okay, yep.
The other one was with the community, the NEMBC, which National Ethnic Multicultural Broadcasting Council of Australia.
But still, that's also really cool as well.
Yeah, we did got a couple of awards like finalists for community engagement and the most innovative show of the year. I'm very happy also to work with them because they are part of especially about our ethnic community network.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about radio, community television, you're talking about them directly when it's ethnic or multicultural, let's say. So we just went to the past few months back on May exactly. We were to Sydney for the conference, and it was amazing. Very engaging, very educational. It was amazing to be part of.
Yeah,
You know,
it
that
would
kind
have
of thing.
been.
Yes,
Yeah.
you could understand. Yes,
Yeah.
you could appreciate it more because it's like a room full of people like-minded that they
Yeah.
wanna
Share
help
the same
the
interests, yeah.
community. Something to, it's very encouraging to the community, to people. For we say our guests come from a different, different walk path, but at the end of the day, it's just one thing for them, one experience that they will never forget,
Yeah.
and for you too, because it's just a different person. So it is very good, and the
So
community radio plus is amazing. You
So
need
then
to
with
realize.
that, do you just email and reach out to them, and then they would just like, what you're doing is awesome, like come on
No,
board?
they have
or?
awards.
Yeah.
So we apply when the awards are on. I haven't done it this year because it's so much things going on. So they have like the awards every year. So every year you can apply for whatever you think you are
Yeah, like applicable
doing.
for, yeah.
Yeah. So like in terms of community, multicultural, well, that's us, or local engagement, or depends of the organization. The awards nominations are like, so you just go and see, okay, I'm doing this, all of that. I invite you guys, follow the CBAA page, and you will find amazing things there. They're very supportive to the communities. They go through like way beyond, our obviously always the main cities. They go through the end of anywhere they have to go to find people who are engaging with the community broadcasting. It doesn't
It sounds like
matter.
something I
It's
should hit up as well.
I know.
I didn't
and
even know these guys existed until
See,
today.
the
Or tonight.
conference is now on November from the 2nd to the 4th, and it's gonna be on Adelaide.
Okay.
And we're gonna be there on September on Adelaide, but
And so-
representing the consul, the ethnic consul.
And
Yeah.
so you just like, so if I was to try and get involved with them, would I just like email them? Like how
Yeah.
how would a new radio station or new community funded project,
I
community
cannot-
project
Yeah,
work?
I cannot tell you step by step, but you
No.
certainly you can go to the website and you will find a step by step. They're like, how can I get involved? Oh, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is my, just communicate with them so they know you are doing
Yeah,
anything.
so that we exist.
Yeah,
in a way.
exactly.
Yeah.
And local content is always sought because, as you say, there is amazing talent, there's amazing bands that they have spaces like this, which are very important for them to just kind of getting a little bit of fuel in.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
we're
it.
talking about
Yeah.
last time.
Because that's why I get
Yeah.
I get people on, because it's like I see so much potential with just like new starting bands or DJs or entertainment or arts or culture or
Yeah.
anything like that, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's so cool to get their perspective on why they do what they do. And we're the most isolated city. Like I'm pretty sure we're not the most isolated city in the world anymore.
Probably the second or the third one.
But still, we're so isolated,
Yeah.
and there's just so many cool, talented people that live here. Like, but we don't have a platform to be able to, express and share. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I really wanted to ask. So, like, your radio station. So, like, what is it? Like, how does it roll out? It goes for
Okay.
like what do you cover in
It's
your?
two different shows. Monday shows, we do news. We still give giveaways. We do
Okay.
interviews, but we have some panelists.
Yeah,
Something is
sirens.
happening.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully
That's
it's
what
no
happens when you live
something
next to a main road. Yeah.
But hopefully it's nothing too bad. So all right, the Monday show covered like things like affairs, like what's happening in our countries, giving away things. We're talking about our panelists.
Okay.
We're talking with them about the what we can do to help people in the community. So
So
for example,
do you invite someone on for the panel, or is it a guest?
the
or
panelists are established from many years ago.
okay, yeah.
Like there is Isabel Lopez, which
Oh,
is
because I remember you
arts-
saying last week,
Yeah.
it was like a psychologist, right?
That's our Mexican psychologist.
Yeah.
So we talk about topics that involves from little kids from the family to couples and elders, etc., etc. like a lot of topics that involve the community, the youth, you know, the seniors, everybody. We invite people that are doing fun and positive things around our community. Of course, we love to have them and share the word, spread the word, what's happening, what are doing, what events. And people are very, in Australia, people are very welcome to the culture. It doesn't matter what countries, because but then if there is something Latino, Spanish, they immediately, okay, that's Latino. So there is a lot of beautiful, you know, music, food, people from each country. So we have any opportunity, if we have any opportunity, we just love to have all of that people who are really engaged with the community, and bringing all of that to the rest of our audience, so people know what's happening with the Latino. If, for example, there is a food truck or there is a fundraising.
Yeah, I remember talking about that last week. That food truck that is amazing, apparently.
Yeah, have you tried?
No, not yet.
Oh,
No, I've been flat out this week. Yeah,
check it out.
I really
Colombia
want to.
Food. Yes.
Can we pull him up and promote him again?
Goodness, you're gonna make me hungry.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, when you were talking about the food truck just then, all I could think of was paella.
Paella, no, well, that's from Spain.
Okay.
It's so delicious, though. I love the seafood paella.
Yeah.
Well, and the chicken. Well,
for me, it's chorizo. Chorizo and lemon. Yeah. I'm getting quite hungry.
I'm already getting hungry.
How was it?
Victor is like Victoria. Victor, Colombian food.
And so then, when you do the radio station, is it in English or is it in Spanish or?
It's Spanglish and a bit of
Spanglish,
Portuguese when we have the opportunity, especially we're talking about Brazil, that they celebrating something, Independence Day or anything. Ay, Dios mío.
It looks so tasty. It's so tasty.
That is a delicious.
Like, look at that. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What is that?
That is called sopa de mondongo.
Okay.
You say mondongo, like mundongo.
Okay.
Luna no te vaya. It's mondongo.
Mundongo.
Yes.
But what's in it though? Because I can see the peas and the carrot.
No, it is called mondongo, but if you pronounce it in English, it's like mondongo.
Okay.
Like you just say it exactly perfect. And that's empanadas. Well, that's
is that like sticky rice or something?
No, this is tamal.
Tamal?
I love tamal.
Okay.
I love tamal with chocolate. This is empanadas. Oh.
What's that? Is that like mangoes or something? No. Like, it's pretty yellow.
No, empanadas are like a corn flavored deep fried. If you think about it, it's like what's the name of those things? Oh, see, now he put back the mondongo.
That looks so tasty. Marco's distracting us with food.
He wants some mondongo.
Yeah, no, I want to find this.
Yes. So the empanadas are very popular in Colombia. You can find it chicken, meat. Ay, Dios mío. Cheese, anything really.
Yeah.
Fish, seafood inside, and it's pretty much like it's a stuffed like thing with the cover or the dough is corn. Okay. So when you buy it, it's very crunchy. It is no when you do it like with the other flour. Yeah, that's Victor. That's delicious. That's sancocho. Yes, sancocho. See,
I need to message this guy and be like, hey, by the way, we really promote. Yeah, we're really promoting this guy.
I need to get him. Like, can you bring some of these?
Yeah.
Víctor, necesitamos tu comidita.
But yeah, it's so cool though. So like going back to the radio station though, like it's so cool that you have this panel and you talk about what's happening within Australia or also world news.
Yeah. It depends what's going on with the community really. If there is something happening, we are presenting and we are broadcasting it because we cannot unfortunately say there is always gonna be a happy and fun party or festival to promote. There is other things and juries people who are part of this society, and where we just arrive, people can see all the situation and things that you can do, which is totally different of where we're coming from. Like I know people that just got here like, oh, people respect the road rules, so people are so polite, and then people are so chill, so happy, and so like, yes. So it's good to see them to react to the country like that, but I say you haven't seen anything. So as an immigrant, I have done so much things that actually I never imagined doing first. Never imagined coming to Perth, never imagined to Australia or something. Maybe holidays, I used to watch the Opera House and the games. I was like, okay, I need to be there one day, the Olympic Games.
Yeah, way back in the day.
So, but then I'm here and I'm doing all of these things, and as you say, and we know and we share that every time you speak with somebody from a different story, everybody has something to add to the community. Everybody has something to do in a different level.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Everyone's got different walks of life.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like actually, like today at work, I was actually talking to, like, because at work we're always partnered with someone. So me being a contractor, I was filling in a shift. But I was talking to the lady that I was with, and she was always in the Navy. Her parents were in the Navy. She's always in the Navy. She only left the Navy about 5 years ago. But then it's like for me, and I told her, it's like, well, I play music for a living. Like, I've been a DJ. And she's just like, we're just comparing just how different our lives are. But we're still people, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're still like, we're still friends. We're still catching up. We're still hanging out the whole lot.
Yeah.
And even though if you come from different walks of life or different cultures or different communities, it's still that, at the end of the day, we're all here.
Yeah.
We all got to hang out.
Everybody has something inspirational to share to society, I believe so. And I have experience in the past year with all of these people from it kind of make you, look in the back mirror and say, okay, well, I'm being done that, I'm being there, done that. You feel
Could you
also
just pull
more,
your mic in a little bit? Sorry. No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. You feel more makes you feel more human, like a better human. Australia makes you definitely a better human, I believe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's true.
Because I just grew up here, but then it's so cool to hear that from someone.
But people, when we come here and then we say, okay, it's so safe. It's not that you're gonna walk out and you're gonna be on your phone or having like a jelly or somebody's gonna cut your hand off or do something worse because of that. Because unfortunately, I love my country. I love South America. I love how much we can give to the world. But when there are issues like that in our society, we cannot just switch up and
like corruption and stuff like that.
It's not fair,
it isn't though.
It's not fair for the people up there who are suffering all of these, and especially education should be something that people need to start with, because that's what opens also people's mind and make you wonder what you can do with all your potential. When you ignore people like that, you don't actually give their value or their at least like human rights for example, for your life, your safety, your education, health, etc. It is very difficult. It is very difficult.
And see, it's crazy for me, right? Because like growing up, my parents have owned like a reversing camera export business, and so with that, I've been to China a couple of times. But like, I'll never forget, I was like 17 years old. We went out to a really nice restaurant with one of the factory owners, and also his head accountant and his lawyer as well. And so with the head accountant, he brought his family along, right? But he could speak English. The family couldn't speak English, right? And he told us, because like we showed them beaches here, and we showed them how like blue skies, and like how like we've got country like towns and like farms and this and that. And he said that he would trade his whole degree, everything he's worked his absolute butt off, his like last 30 years of just working, just to let his children grow up with beaches and sunny skies and stuff like we're so lucky here. And like it's so unfortunate sometimes to see different cultures like that, like as I said, like in China where it's grey skies, sometimes people don't believe, but acid rain exists over there. But it's very minimal, but it will eat away at your paint slowly though. But it's so wild that we just Perth, we're just hanging out and we just go to the beach. It's just it's normal life for us. But sometimes people in Perth as well, like just Australians, don't realize how lucky we have it sometimes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's like for me, like I cherish it. I just feel like it's I love it. Like,
yeah, absolutely. I think you just, you just brought the dots on the eyes and cross the T's with that. Exactly.
Yeah.
With, people who has been here and haven't probably traveled and see how different other societies have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like a bubble, and like a burbuja, we call it bubble.
Yeah, it is a bubble. Yeah.
Yeah, a bubble.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then when you go out and then you realize, or when you come here and then we see it like, wow, this country's amazing. It's safe. We can do this, that. We appreciate it very much. The majority of well-intentioned people, we want to remain like that, and we want to actually add to something the country, because in Colombia the traffic, like in Bogota, you spend like at least 4 hours in traffic at least every day, going to work and coming back.
Really? At least 3 to 4 hours, you reckon?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
It
is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It's so bad.
And then we've got people complaining about air congestion on the freeway.
And it's always cold, Bogota, and it's always raining. And yes, my city is beautiful. I love it. I love that. But
can we pull it up again? Like, what was it? What was your
Bogota?
Yep.
It's very busy.
How do you spell it again? Just so Marco.
B-O-J. Yeah, he got it there.
Oh, he's onto it. Straight onto it.
Yeah, he spelled Colombia with O.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay,
I made the spelling mistake. But still, it just looks so pretty. It looks so nice.
It's a volcano, that mountain there is a volcano. I don't know what were they thinking about it.
Right, so it's a city next to a volcano. That mountain just there on the top right.
It's a volcano. It's called Monserrate.
Has it ever erupted?
No.
Like, that would be scary if it ever erupted.
It's a sleeping volcano, apparently. But, given the circumstances and how crazy our nature is going on, I don't want to risk it. It's a beautiful city, though.
So, I wanted to ask as well, so, like, because the other day I was actually partnered at work with an Indian friend of mine, and he's a Sikh. And so with being a Sikh, it's like he was telling me about his culture and religion and how it's just, like, so different but so similar at the same time. Like, what are the religions in over there, like in Colombia?
Bogota is full on Catholic or Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, people believe there is like so many church in all around Colombia where you go. There is a main church.
Yeah.
It's normally Catholic or Christian, but we do believe in Jesus and God essentially, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own belief at the end of the day, and there is a really bad part. There is I don't know if it still exists in Bogota, but I read and I realized by some videos and photos that it was a church to Satan.
Oh, a church of Satan?
Yeah, I know. It sounds horrible. I think it was in Bogota. I don't know if you can probably pull it up.
Wow,
but yeah, I know. It's just
but then it exists, though. Like, people didn't try and stop it or... Oh, dear.
I know, it's just like, look at that. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but everybody today believe, but there is no need to be that bully.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just to tip the cross upside down, and then completely opposite of. Yeah. Wow.
It is pretty sad.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is pretty sad.
That just exists.
And in a country where religion is very
prominent, and like
it is very prominent. It's part of our belief. I grew up. Well, I was educated in a Catholic school, in a non-school, which I spent the best years of my primary school, amazing, Santa Teresita forever.
Very nice. Just that casual flex. Like, yeah, I miss that school.
I love them. They were like, there was like nuns, educating you and all of that. But
like traditional nuns?
Yeah,
like
traditional nuns from Santa Teresita, like Saint Teresa.
Okay.
And
is that the school there?
No, I think that's somewhere else in another country, maybe.
I was about to say, Marco's really onto it. He managed to track down your school.
Oh, well, what is that? Actually, that's in Colombia, but no in... That it says, it's in Bogota. That's Bogota.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's onto it.
No. But no, it was in Tolu, in Santiago de Tolu. Like,
okay,
like Tolu Sucre, no Bogota. So See, that's what happened.
But I just find it like it's so cool and it's so amazing. It's like you've come from the other side of the world, and then you come here, and then you make a life for yourself. But at the same time, it's like you're promoting the culture. You're putting your name out there, but also trying to form your own community basically. Because it's like, I can imagine 30 years ago the Latin community would have been tiny. But I think we talked about this last episode where it's like it's grown and grown and grown.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then to have your own radio station and then TV show and to help promote that, we're here kind of thing. Yeah, we're hanging out.
Like really, like everywhere you go, you listen people speaking Spanish. I don't know, but I always say, "You Colombian?" Yes. No, really, I would say 90%. I'm okay.
That's so cool though.
Yeah.
Just go to a bar and it's like, Colombian, and then like and then you're like, yeah.
Yes, it is pretty much like that, and I love the fact that the community is growing. But once again, if you're talking about socioeconomics, people need to adapt to a new country, new culture, new laws. As we tend to know that in Colombia there is no laws for some people that are very prominent in the society or financially. There is no law.
They're that rich that the law doesn't.
Unfortunately, there's been a lot of cases like that, and it's always like that. That's another thing that is really sad about our country or the region of Latin America, pretty much. But at the end of the day, we have a beautiful country, and the people that are coming here, they bring in all that happiness, all that enthusiasm, and they're willing to work, and they always have whatever, with a smile. I think people are very tend to make you, or Colombians or Latinos make you they better or funny. Not to be brag about it, not to brag about it, but
it's like what I said last week, like when I had you on for the first part of the episode, where it's like every time I've met someone that's Spanish, Latino, anything, they're just so much fun to be around. They're just party animals, but at the same time they are funny, and they're there to have a good time. It's not like seriousness or or drama could happen or this or that. It's just like, let's just all come together and just have a fun night, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there is drama, no gonna lie to you. Latino drama. But yeah, it is essentially what people are coming here, like they're bringing a different skills, like different things, and because there is this personal capacity of people working in different areas, academically or in research. You come to Australia, people have the tools here, so it's having that imagination, just going crazy with all the equipment or all the accessibility that you have here in order to carry on.
Well, see, that's where it's like we're still developing. Like, could you pull your mic in a bit, because now it started raining? Like,
all right.
Like pull it in.
Like this?
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. But that's where it is like we're a developing country. Like, we're still so small compared to, like, I think we pulled up the population last time, but we've only got 28 million people here, and it's like we've
28
got
28 or 28.
I think it's is it 22 or 28? Can we look at this
or
Australian?
25?
Maybe 25. I know it's under 30.
28. I have Latinos coming through maybe in a few hours.
25, you're onto it. Yeah. But it's like we're just still developing, and Perth, Australia in itself, we're so multicultural.
Yeah.
And it's so good because it's like, it's not just like, it's not Italy where it's always been Italy, but then it was Greece, like not Greece, but like, Romans and the previous, like, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But then for us, it's just like, we've only been around for like, what, 100 years? I think 150 years, something, 200 years? A couple of hundred?
A couple of hundred.
Yeah, but like surely, I think it was like 1800 or something.
1780 or something.
So yeah,
1780.
So I call myself Australian.
I don't know.
And I don't even know when we found
that.
That
is, the native, but like since.
I don't know about 50,000 years ago, but that's the native Australians.
Yeah, native Australia, they are been here for the first
Yeah, there you go. So,
okay.
yeah, so 100 years. 1901.
Wow.
Yeah, 130 years. 100, yeah.
Really?
Well,
But
yeah.
okay.
That's what I mean. Like, we're such a baby compared to the rest of the world. Like,
No, but I think that's what is everything. Everybody is developing in their own culture, or together has has Australia. And what you say, if you want Italian, you go there, enjoy the Italian culture, or the Greek, or the African from the different people. And the food, I love it.
yeah,
A bit
yeah.
too spicy sometimes. Or Malaysia, or Asian, or South America.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yes, I know. Like, where we can stop, and we
I
have
could really go
all
for some
that
Malaysian
richness.
food.
I know. If you speak to the immigrants here, like, oh man, I can't believe it. We have the best of the best here in the West.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Really, it is like you can go and enjoy all cultures, like, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to travel to that place to be in just one,
That's
and
it,
we have a beautiful city, the ocean, the beaches are amazing.
That's it. We're so lucky. We don't have pollution in our ocean. Like, we, as you just said as well, like, we can have, there's so many different cuisines that are available, like, but we're still so small. Like, we're tiny, and it's going to be so crazy to see what's going to happen over the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Like,
but look, I think because I've been, keeping an eye on the immigration, and because of the opportunities of the shows and the population itself, or what people are up to, I think in the past 5 years, the population have grown incredibly, especially from Colombia.
Yeah, okay.
I think the Colombian population, I'm pretty sure, they are the number one now in population in Western Australia, where
really from transitions becoming citizens and stuff. Yeah, okay.
Because it used to be Chileans, when they started migrating from the Pinochet, all that kind of political drama.
Okay.
And also the Salvadorians. Argentinians also for that same kind of drama, and the Salvador was for the war, the civil war.
Okay.
They came here like from a long time ago. I have amazing people, amazing friends, like family from El Salvador, Chile also, Argentina, beautiful people from there. They become as family, but now in the past probably 4 years or less, I think just before COVID, Australia opened a new office in Colombia, and we used to do normally everything through Chile, through Santiago.
Oh, really?
All the process, yes. I think my first visas also went through that, and and then Australia directly. But now Colombia has an incredible wave of immigrants coming here to study, to do master, to learn English, to maybe contribute the country in different areas where are needed, the manpower or the woman power, or where you need people to work.
Yeah, but still, it's so good though, because as I was saying before, it's like having this immigration, it keeps us multicultural. But instead of just everyone thinking, just one way, it's like we've got so many different cultures that think in so many different ways, and like from tradition and like backgrounds, and it helps make this place shine in a way.
Yeah. And what you said, that's something I tell people, because some people feel that they've been, no, they don't feel, they've been in fact victims of racism or something.
Yeah.
And I say, look, when we feel bad for somebody's opinion, which is racist or uneducated, let's put it like that, it is not really our fault, but we just actually have to be compassionate for that people and understand they don't know better, and that's what they speak about.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of don't dive in shallow waters, when you know better, you know better.
See, I find, like, from my perspective almost, I find it's almost like a lack of education about other cultures and like understanding and like the learning side of things, where it's like people don't want to, to reach out and actually learn about just anything and everything. They're happy being in, like what you said before, it's like their little bubble, like they don't feel the need. It's like they're happy just going to work, going home, doing the same thing, or changing it up a little bit, but they're not open just being like social and just being
really
like
committed to mix kind of thing.
Yeah, well, being committed to mix, but also like just being curious.
Yeah,
because it's like at the end of the day, like there's no need for prejudice, like prejudice or racism or anything like that, because as I said before, we're all people.
And we are come from different paths, and it's great. You got fantastic people. I say or people that recently that they are very patient with your broken English, because people know that we all come from a different country, and most of the time, our English is our second language. If you see the population here, like, and I don't want to brag, but my English is better than some of my exes. Just put it out there humbly. But no, seriously, I love English, and as I told you in the last episode, I love Spanish, and the fact that Spanish is such a rich language, and you read and then you learn more lexicon and what it means and all that. So, having a broken English is
to be honest, I love it. Like, I love different accents, and like I've got an Italian friend of mine, and she was telling me last night, like when we're at a pub, that basically it's like she doesn't like her Italian accent, and I'm just like, but you can speak English, like I can understand you. There's no language barrier where you're not making sense. So I can understand everything you're saying. It just sounds cool. And it's the same thing with you. It's like your accent's awesome. Like, but then she was telling me that she wants to get rid of it. She wants to get more of an Australian English accent, and I'm like, why? Like,
people look at you weird every time you speak to somebody who have no idea our accent. Like,
but they shouldn't though, because it's just like, it's so cool to go like, well, you probably weren't born here, but you're here now though. But at the same time, it's like, you can understand them. Like, if you can understand them, then there's no reason to be like, oh no, they should speak like Australian bogan, like that kind of stuff. There's no reason to be like that.
And I love Aussie accent. English and Australian accents are my favorite ones. But some of my friends say like, your accent is your superpower. It makes you the brave immigrant that you are, because pretty much people who goes to other countries, especially with a different language, different everything, it is hard for coming together or how can it settle in, in any part, even within your own country, that more or less how things work.
That's it. It makes you like, that's the thing about it. It's
very brave.
That's exactly it. Like, and there's no reason to, like, hide away from being like, oh no, I don't, getting like self-conscious in a way, because it's like, it's culture. It's awesome. It's so cool.
So when Karito is asking the DJ to play, but Pitbull. No, it is an experience being here in Australia, where you can make any dream reality. That's something that we engage our audience with, like the amazing of the magic, anything you can create here in Australia. But also, it's not about taking advantage, but also giving back to the community.
Well, that's it as well.
And it's not just for obviously our country suffer, and we are there to help as much as we can, and people are doing something, but especially for like natural disaster or anything, fundraising. But there is people also in it here, in Australia, in Perth, in our own city, that we need to, hey, we are doing here, we had time, we are having this possibility. So with that time and that possibility, I can create something that is actually going to make bigger things than just myself.
That's amazing. That's the thing about it, though, is it's like, I love that kind of stuff. It's like helping others, being part of the community, bringing people up, encouraging and getting them curious and getting them to learn and understand. And like, we need more of that, in my opinion. And there are more avenues and stuff like that. There are people out there that do it, but it's like, unless we all come together and we all are curious and want to know and want to learn, then there, sometimes there are people that are just ignorant in a way.
But
and they don't.
But there is
not for it.
Amazing people, because I like to be focused more in the incredible human beings out there, like the angels that are going out of the way to help people in need. Like, for example, it is freezing at the moment in Australia. It's so cold. We can even barely feel some comfort when we are home because it's cold. So you imagine the people who are outside that have nowhere to go, or the blankets or everything. with the show, we have sometimes create some sort of fundraising to help people at least have a blanket or or whatever people donate, and just go with the homeless.
One of my just quickly, one of my work employees, he said something to me when I first started this job down in Alcoa and Quinana, and he said to me, "We're all about two or three paychecks away from being homeless." So when you see someone that is camped up next to the beach, because like next to Alcoa, we actually do have like a bit of like I guess squatter problem where it's like people just rock up in their cars and sleep in their cars.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like if everyone is 2 or 3 paychecks from being almost like that. So they can't pay rent. Then they get evicted. Then what do? Sell their stuff and live out of their car.
Yeah.
And sometimes life can throw curveballs at you. And you have to feel compassionate about those people. You have to feel that, like you have to want to help.
Yeah.
You can't be heartless and just be like, nah, not my problem. That's not fair.
And unfortunately, that's our society's most popular posture.
Yeah.
Be probably heartless or don't care. But there is a lot of people who does care. And it's amazing. And it's very contagious when you see somebody actually doing something good. Just copy the good example, not the bad example, we say.
That's it.
Because obviously there is people are doing crimes and stuff, but even though we cannot be judgmental because everybody is just
comes from
their own
different
thing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But if you have something that you value in Australia, that we have an opportunity here, as I say, you can in the commute in transport in Colombia, like 4 hours, like if you're lucky, 3.5.
Yeah.
Going to your office and coming back home, right? No counting university or etc. But the thing is that when you're here and you can get your work and you do voluntary job, which is amazing, and it's a fantastic way also to people get to know people in the industry and enroll with the getting to know more how things work, which is different, obviously. But also we have the opportunity to, learn from different angles, like the culture and what we are supposed to be doing, and learning and meeting people that actually, perhaps if they see your effort and what you're capable of. Which I'm happy. I'm very freely saying that my people, the Latino Americans, are very hardworking people. They don't care. We just do it, get it done with, and we're trying to do it as best. And like also a lot of stories actually are come from this I would say kind of very popular thing that they're supposed to do a job in this amount of time, and they end up having the solution in this small period of time. So it's like all that how is effectiveness of what people do in the job, bringing new ideas, new capacities, helping, I don't know, software or, power of people system work better. It is breathtaking. It's gorgeous to know that people are doing that, but also the people who are doing delicious food, or the people, who are dancing or doing something fun for the community, which is, I will always say that, the music and the dancing is something that it is so good for anybody.
I don't have her on Facebook or anything like that, but if I could do a shout out, there's a lovely lady who runs the canteen at my workplace, right? Her name's Serena, and she is amazing. So she works Monday to Friday in the canteen, right? It's like 5 a.m. till 2 p.m., right? Monday to Friday. And on the weekends, her and her husband run a hunger drive out of their own house. And they were featured on Channel 9 and Channel 10 the other day because it's the biggest one in Perth.
What do they sell?
So they give free food to the homeless or people in need. It's all out of their own pocket. Like, see if you can find it. But it was crazy, her telling me this. It's like she's been doing it for like 10 years or something, like 10, 15 years. But it's like her and her husband dive into their own pocket, into their own money, to be able to make, chicken and rice, or like curries, or like mass produce heaps of food. And then so many people line up because that, they're unfortunate that something's happened, but she's just helping out. She's helping the community. Yeah. And it's crazy that it's like, I never would have expected that. But then chatting to her, and then she hints towards her, I'm like, wait, what do you mean? And then I dive into it more, and it's like, you're an amazing human being. Like, whoa, that's so cool.
That is beautiful. Yeah. That is gorgeous. That is so good.
It's just
Serena.
Yeah, I think it's I can't.
Food Band Hunger Drive.
Yeah, he's onto it. Yeah, but I wanted to dive back into your radio station.
Yeah.
So Monday you go through like news and you have the panel and stuff like that. So then what do you do on the Sunday then?
Saturday.
Saturday, sorry.
It's more like a magazine, so we have guests, but from different, probably more like cultural background, what they doing. Like last Saturday we had Alberto Martinez, a Peruvian Australian citizen, who has been working with the Peruvian Association to make the party for the Independence Day, for Peruvian Independence Day, where you can find amazing food, drinks, dance. It's gonna be spectacular. I love, Peruvian food is one of my favorites.
Really, I've never tried Peruvian food.
Oh my god!
Marco, pull
Shout
up
out to El Peruvian. El Peruvian in Subiaco is a restaurant.
All right, let's pull it up. Another place I have to go
to. Love it. I recommend El Ceviche.
El Peruvian. Okay.
El Peruvian, yes. He is an amazing friend. Ian is his name, and he and his Australian wife made this restaurant. And I was actually the first client, like when it was COVID, and they opened that restaurant, and we did the first online order from Uber Eats. So it was the first one actually.
Okay.
And I was years ago, obviously, like beginning of COVID. But that's the ceviche, that's pisco sours. Oh, they have. Oh my goodness! Why are we doing this?
Yeah, like I know what I'm doing after this. I'm gonna go get some food.
Yeah, it looks like.
Can we pull up the menu if possible?
The alfajores.
Let's have a look at the menu.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, what do we got?
Lomo salteado, that's the steak
Peruvian dish. Marinated strips of black Angus rump steak stir fried with red onion, tomatoes, and served over chips and rice. Oh my god!
Oh, it's so delicious! It's so delicious.
Yeah, that sounds so cool.
Ceviche, fish.
I have a feeling it's like when we start doing this, we're gonna message them and be like, "Hey, by the way, we're actually we're talking about your restaurant on my podcast."
For the third episode,
that's it.
Coming with Victor Colombia food.
I'm gonna make a new podcast and we just talk about food for the whole episode. Just the local eats and local restaurants in Perth. That looks so delicious.
And it's in Subiaco, so you go there.
It's not far from here.
Better to find which days and times they open because it's tricky. Depending. That's our friend there.
Yes, there we go. 7 till 2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday 5 to 9:30 and Saturday 5 to 9:30. Yeah, so it's just lunch during the week. That's not bad though. That's all right.
It's spectacular. You will, thank me later.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you later.
Or invite me.
We just have a party there.
So next time we come back. No, and you had to try their pisco sour.
Okay.
Which is the traditional.
Is it alcoholic or?
Oh my god, that's alfajores. The alfajores are like, oh.
Wait, to the left, like the one, the sandwich.
That's
not the llama.
No, the llama. Yes, I tried. It's delicious.
Wait, control right click.
That one, yeah.
Or right click. No, right click and see if you can open an image. No, yeah, on image. Open image, new tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So what is that? It looks good.
That is kind of like a shortbread cake, like that.
Yeah,
that
I do love shortbread.
Yeah, me too.
Like shortbread and scones, honestly.
It is so it kind of melts in your mouth, and that's dulce de leche, which is like caramel, like milk caramel, that kind of thing. And I think I don't know if it has
condensed milk.
Condensed milk. Dulce de leche. It's so delicious. I don't know if those one have like a spring of coconut. It looks like, it's just like the sugar.
I really want to go check this place out.
Yeah, but sometimes you can put the coconut also on top, and yes, it's different. And that's pisco sour. Oh my goodness, dulce de leche, pisco sour. Are they open
It's
now?
so cool. Yeah, that's it. Are they? Well, no, it's Monday, so they would have closed at 2 then. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, but definitely, guys. You tell me later.
You've got to check it out. Yeah. So back to the radio then. So then, have you always just done it Monday and Saturday then, or did you do it on different days to start off with, or has it always been
Mondays? Yes, as I say in the last episode, I opened the first one in Radio Fremantle, the first show, for 2 hours every Monday. I remember Ronnie and I, we were freaked out. What are we going to do with 2 hours of content on air, on radio? What? We were freaked out but happy and excited. And then we did it, like different music, coming back with, with information about the artist, what sort of music it is. Because people think sometimes merengue is bachata or salsa is reggaeton or something like that. So, like, it's better, and people love to dance or learning how things go. So educating people by the rhythms also is very important. So you can, as we do it, it's not say that every Latino, let's don't say every Latino know how to dance, because no, it's not true. I know many examples of that. Or any Australian cannot just simply dance. That's also not true. I have seen amazing dancers, and actually dance is structured from different, English, from Australia, from different part of the world, Asia, who dance wonderful. But yeah, with the thing with Latin Studio, we opened that one, and then within 6 months, we said, okay, what we're gonna do with North, and then we found ECU 89.7 FM, and then we went there, and we also put our pitch into the team. They like it, and we've been there since then. So it's with them. It's gonna be 10 years in October. Yes.
10 years in October. That's so cool. That's
yeah.
so cool. And then, so you were mentioning before as well. So like, what's your involvement with the Spanish Film Festival?
I was in 2019 when, before COVID hit, I was the local ambassador for the Spanish film, which it was back then. HSBC is the main sponsor now. Back then was Moro.
Okay.
Moro, the oil, like the Spanish oil. It's amazing.
it's
so
good. Yeah.
It's so good. But then, they are coming back, and we're always happy to support them, especially after, during COVID. We know this industry was very, devastated, because nobody was obviously going to the cinemas with COVID, and the actors and the shooting, etc. was pretty much, it was catastrophic for all of us in the world. So we love to what they have done, like all of, like that is Rio, that guy there is Rio from the Money Heist.
Okay.
I don't know if you watch that series Netflix, Money Heist. Oh, I recommend
Money
it.
Heist. Okay.
Money Heist. Heist.
Heist? Okay.
Oh,
have you ever heard of it, Marco?
It was one of the top Netflix shows for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I barely watch TV shows or movies. Sorry, I'm always too
Casa de
busy.
Papel. So that guy was Rio. He was part of that. No, the young one.
The younger one. Yeah.
Yeah. He was Rio. But there is also, I have the opportunity to talk to another of the ladies there from that. I actually interviewed her for Sylvia Montt. Is in Company of Women.
Okay.
She's the director of that film. Oh, that's the film in the Company of Women. It's a very raw film with a lot of feelings involved.
Okay.
I mean, it's really something, because it's made on real life stories.
Oh, okay.
So it got always, when you say it's based on real life, okay, get your tissues ready. Pretty much. It was very good, very amazing film, and also very inspirational, and also kind of put us in a spot where we can think what it used to be like for women back on those years, and now how no easy, still no easy, because there is a big job still to do, talking about equality.
Equality, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's all right.
It's important to get that word right. So that was Sylvia Montt, an interview from the director of that. She was actually the winner of the best actor and the best short film director for the Goya.
Okay.
The Goya awards are like the Oscars for Spanish, community, like the cinema from Spain and South America, Latin America. The Goyas, like the Oscars, are amazing. That's really good.
That's really cool.
She won a couple of awards of that film. We saw for the opening night for this year festival, Too Many Chef, which is a comedy, which I really, really recommend to watch. It's amazing.
Too Many Chefs.
Too Many Chef, yes. And one of the actors there also participate. Her name was Lisboa. She was one of the ladies from the Casa de Papel, or Money Heist in English. Money
Yeah,
Heist?
yep.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's so cool though. You're rubbing shoulders with like actors, directors, everything. Like
it is good because at the end of the day, everybody is very connected to make it better, like giving a beautiful contribution to society, and we are all passionate about that. Okay, if you're doing that, we love to hear from it, and let's spread the love, spread the things that are happening, and it is all about us. And when you work in that synergy, it is pretty much what you do. Like all your engines works, fueled by love, and that's kind of cool. You give and you come back, and it's great when you are in that kind of scenarios. That's the Too Many Chefs. They are amazing. It's so good. It is very very funny.
I'd love to watch some of these films because like I don't like watching like Netflix or anything like that, but I love like international films. Basically,
you're giving a double pass for that films, right?
Oh,
for
yeah.
the festival.
Oh yeah,
When is
I
the
forgot about
festival
that.
finish on I think at the mid of this month, mid July.
Oh, so
it's finished.
yeah. So whoever's commenting the most, do we have any comments at all? Or?
We do actually, both from Damien.
Oh, both from Damien. Okay, pull it up. I think we're going to give it potentially to Damo then.
Damien started off by saying, "Hell yeah, Colombia." Sorry for the delay, 23 minutes ago. And then he asked the question when you were talking about El Salvador, your thoughts on Nayib Bukele,
Oh.
the El Salvadorian president.
Oh, here we go.
Well, just quickly,
Politics again.
Damo and Elise, if you're watching, I think you just got 2 tickets to to the Spanish Film Festival.
Yeah. Since you have to get in touch with the Infra-Red.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll just
great.
pass them on to him.
Congratulations, Damon.
Yeah.
All right. Nayib Bukele, I absolutely love him, and I don't want to sound cruel because some of the people think that he is not respecting human rights in the proceedings of his or how he's carried away his work as a president of the beautiful country El Salvador. Pupusas, I love pupusas, as food. Coming back to Nayib, he's have done something that we would love to have done in all the majority of the Latin American countries. He actually installed the order and the safety to El Salvador, and by doing that, he created amazing opportunities. Obviously, international investment in the country. We see different international events taking place in El Salvador since he reinstalled the order by, putting all of these people in prison. So now we say, okay, put of them, but at the end of the day, we are very close with what's happening in El Salvador, and people are getting murdered in the worst case scenario that people here cannot even fathom what it's like
how terrible it actually is. Yeah.
Murdered by a axe or a machete or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if they are the people who are in prison, trust me, they are there because they have committed horrendous crimes.
Yeah.
And in talking about human rights, people have the principle of the human rights is the freedom. And when you have that violence around your country, there is nobody who can have freedom. So I think answering you that respectfully, Damien, that's my opinion of Nayib. I think we need photocopy him and send it all around Latin American country to do the same thing. So there is no corruption, because he's actually donating his own wages to people.
Really?
Yeah, he's a very successful entrepreneurship. He doesn't need to, he doesn't live on the government salary. So he donates his, it's something like he used to do the guy from Uruguay also. I don't remember his name. But yes, he was a very, very sweet president. So it doesn't matter if you are left, right, in the middle. We are ons against. We don't stick to anybody. We just really appreciate something when it's done the best if possible, and it's done, in the way it is done, and it helps the community. So we always think, or we always say, if you have a better solution, pues participate. That's the way, things work. If people have a better opinion or solution for the problem and thing that needs to be heard, there is always channels where people can negotiate those facts. But for now, I think he's doing an amazing job. Sorry. And yes, I mean, I'm from Colombia, so I know I wish I could have an Egypt when I was a child, growing up in that mess. So, yeah.
No,
very good
cool,
and he's investing a lot in education, which once again is the start point to any human being, like education.
So we've only got 10 minutes left.
Oh.
I know, we'll be going for an hour and a half.
Oh my god!
But I wanted to ask though as well. So you've been at My Kitchen Rules.
Yes.
How did that happen? Like, what happened there?
Crazy! It was crazy. My Kitchen Rules. I was in 2019 for the 10 season.
But like, did they reach out to you, or did you reach out to them? Or
originally, I applied for that show on the night, and on the Monday they called me. One of the producers called me. Oh, we got your lovely application. We wanna get in touch with you. So they came. I was married back then, and then they did our test, like audition in our home. Then we made it to the show, to the cast. But then I had to withdraw the application for personal reasons.
No, that's fair.
But then years after, one of the producers called me and approached me for the show, invited me to be part of them, and if I wanted to. So I spoken against my ex back then to be part of the show, and he wanted, and then so we did. We went. It was a very crazy ride, amazing opportunity. We still have make friends with people that we are family like. Nowadays we still catch up. If I go to the series or they come to Perth, we always have a great time with some of the cast members. And it was definitely one of those opportunities that Australia give me out of like, what is this? It was,
that's it. They got My Kitchen Rules.
Number one back then, still was the number one TV show, watched by Australians.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
And in the UK also. But then, things happen that obviously we all know. And
What was it like actually going on it though? Like, so like, what food did you cook as well?
Well, my intention was to cook Latin American food. And yes, I guess I was by myself in the kitchen in that sense. So it was very hard, and the pressure and things and all other bits and pieces that are not supposed to be happening, or when at least you imagine you get in our kitchen to cook. I can cook, make a lot of things in 20 minutes, or put everything in 20, half an hour.
Yeah, that's what
rice,
I would struggle with that.
Like chicken, beans, or anything. I can put it together in, right? In 20 something minutes, like quickly. While I'm on the phone and doing my nails. No, not really. But yes, it's pretty much like that. And it was an amazing experience. Definitely I get to know more people, more culture from Australia. And never forget that experience, never in your life.
Yeah. It's so cool though. It's so cool that it's like it's a little celebrity over here, basically.
But talking about celebrity, there is a real celebrity that I love to share. Like, when I met Robbie, and that is actually for me, that is Najib, maybe one day. When I met Robbie in 2014, which is when I remember I was
Robbie Williams,
I was a teenager when I started listening to his music and how beautiful it was. This is how much I was involved with English when I was a child, like a teenager, because I like it. So I said, okay, what does that song mean? So we didn't have YouTube, You're very lucky nowadays. So we used to play the music and repeat it, and then you have the cassettes.
Oh yeah,
Did you play? No, you
yeah.
no, you
No,
you're too
my
young.
dad had a whole heap of cassettes
Okay.
when I was younger.
So in order to save battery, you get
Yeah.
a pen and then start doing.
That's it. You
this.
wind it. Yeah.
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 And I was like, okay, I need to listen to that song again.
Yeah.
I remember the song "Feel Angels" or "Rock DJ" as well.
Yeah, I love playing rock DJ out and about. Honestly,
Oh,
it's such a
yeah.
good song.
Yeah, and tripping as well is like he has so many different amazing songs. There is one in Spanish he does with Thalia.
Okay.
And there is one with the Aussie chick. It's called Something Stupid. Yeah, Something Stupid. I think it is the name of the song. From Robbie Williams and this Aussie girl.
Because there's one with Kylie Minogue called Kids.
No, but this is with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, with Nicole Kidman. Something stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
You did a song with Nicole Kidman.
There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't know that.
No. I knew the one with Kylie Minogue though, because
Yeah.
Kids blew up. That was a big song.
Yeah.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. They're so gorgeous together, though. So yeah, when I had the opportunity to meet him when I was 2014, he came here and said, "I can't believe I finally going to his concert," because obviously they didn't want to go to Colombia. I don't blame them. But yeah, so I was approached by him and he started asking my name and where I was from and all that. I couldn't believe it. Like, really? Did I die?
This is superstar. Yeah.
He's super cool. He's so humble. He's such a gentleman. He's so funny. He's a great entertainment. But also he has a big heart and also helps a lot of people and a lot of kids. You know, UNICEF. He's an ambassador of UNICEF.
Oh, is he
And
actually?
plays,
Yeah.
Yes, and he plays soccer, soccer AID or soccer aid or something like that.
Yeah.
And they, raise funds for helping children. He keep doing that.
That's very cool.
He have 2 children. He's coming back to Australia on November.
Really?
So yes,
Yeah.
so you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, that's it. No
You know?
way.
Yes, Robbie Williams and his band on November.
I gotta ask as well, like, just quickly. So Enrique Iglesias, was he big as well?
Absolutely, Ricky
Yeah.
Martin and Ricky Iglesias.
Yeah, Ricky
they were
Martin. Yeah,
massive.
Ricky Martin's awesome.
This is like exactly Robbie Williams was like our Ricky Martin from Latin America, but that was the Anglo version of
Yeah.
Ricky Martin. So cute, like so like Ricky Martin, yes. There is no like he's lovable for all of us, like all lovable, he's gorgeous. And once again, he's an ambassador for its people. When something is not working or going wrong with the society, he's always, up there, clicking the things that need to get done to get the society better. And he also is an ambassador for the LGTB community, which also has been, fighting big battles. So he's always there helping. And Enrique Iglesias, well,
Yeah.
papacito.
Yeah. It's actually so funny. Like whenever I DJ out and about, it's like sometimes I'll play like Hero, and people love it.
Yeah, he has a very cool songs also with people. Like they travel a lot, people and Enrique Iglesias. But yes, Hero, like he has amazing. Yeah, there you go, Ricky Martin, Pitbull, and Enrique Iglesias. That's a trio that keeps going up and down. All the tours.
Yeah, the trilogy tour.
Yes.
Good old Pitbull.
I believe it's amazing. I wouldn't stop dancing all night with those 3 guys there. For sure. Yeah. Pitbull is is from Cuba, but well, Enrique is Spanish. The other guy is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Ricky Martin. Oops. Ricky Martin.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. And he lives in Sydney.
Really? He lived in Sydney, or he lives in Sydney?
Or he lived it, or he is still living in Sydney. I believe so. I believe he's still living in Sydney.
It's crazy how many celebrities we get over here, though. Like Sacha Baron Cohen, Ali G, Borat. Like he lives in Perth.
There is more people coming.
Yeah. And then Carl Cox, like one of the biggest DJs, he lives over in Melbourne. I think it's Sydney or Melbourne. Yeah.
Melbourne or Sydney. I think it's actually Melbourne.
Yeah, it might be Melbourne. Yeah, but he lives over there. That's why he always goes on Australian tours. Yeah.
Yes.
Has a residency in Darwin as well.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, he's got a residency in Darwin. But that's
there
it.
you go.
So
So
many big names are moving here.
Yeah.
Because we're so, they can go to the beach and people wouldn't even recognize them.
And I'm telling you, especially Western Australia is becoming kind of more of the Hollywood state of Australia.
Yeah, can we
And
pull
there
that
is,
up?
yeah.
Because we're doing we're building a massive movie studio here.
Movie
apparently.
studio, yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to be first in one of the sheds of Fremantle, but then they realized it was a bad idea because of the noise.
Yeah.
So they move it closer to the airport, I believe.
Yeah.
Malaga, okay.
And they're filming the new Mad Max here as well. I mean, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I heard something. I don't know much about the story of that show, but I heard something about it because it's massive. Yeah, I know it must be so.
Look back on the original. Like, if you ever get the chance, watch the original one with Mel Gibson. And it's like Mad Max 1, 2, and 3. Tina Turner is actually in number 3 with Thunderdome. Okay. And she's just like a barbarian, queen, basically. It's so cool. But then they remade it. And when they remade it, they put a new a post-apocalyptic spin on it, basically, and all of them are just amazing. Yeah, beyond Thunderdome, Mad Max in general. It's some of my favorite films, but they're all filmed in Australia. That's the thing about it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
They're filmed here.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure
Mel Gibson. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Classic Mel Gibson as well. Young Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I always love him and his eyes. Really.
1985, a long time ago.
I was born in that year.
Really?
And he was what there?
Yeah, that's it. He's probably maybe mid-20s, I'd say.
You reckon? No, okay.
How old is Mel Gibson? Let's work this out. How old was he when you were born?
Maybe he's 60 something now. 50
maybe
something, 50 something or 60
in 1985.
How old is he
look
now?
up Mel when. So he was born in 1956.
2020. 90. Yeah.
19 when he. That's crazy. He was 19 when he did Mad Max. So young. Yeah. Well, when he did Mad Max 3, yeah. That's nuts. Let's see, time just flies because now it's like. Oh, he was 30. No, he's
28.
Oh, he's 28.
18 no, 28.
Yeah, I was about to say, 19 is like what?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's right. So I was born and then I keep seeing him in the movies. He's so cute. He's so handsome.
Yeah, he's amazing.
In that 1956, he looks so handsome. That picture there.
Yeah,
wow.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, so we've run out of time now though, because we've been going for an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on though. This has been so cool, so much fun, so enlightening, and it's amazing just to talk about the culture. And there's so many just things that I never would have expected in a way. It's awesome.
It is an endless topic really, because any culture is just have different roots. It's pretty much like a plant. A root, okay, it's this and then it's this, it's that. And
it just spreads out,
Yes, it is. That's the beautiful of the culture. Even people say, oh, I'm in Colombia, but you have to visit different cities to actually dive in the culture because it's like a very multicultural itself. Yeah. Yeah. So just like Australia, but local.
That's it, yeah.
So thank you so much for having me.
It's all good,
been a pleasure. It was amazing, number 1, and now the second episode.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I wanted to get you back because we cut it short with power going out, even though we went for a full hour, and we usually only go for an hour each episode, but it was so worth getting you back.
Yeah, no,
2.5 hours worth of just amazing content.
Yeah, no,
amazing content.
Thank you to you and to all the people. I couldn't even say hello. That some people were looking at the live. Mwah, big love. And remember, you can find me as Latin Studio Australia on Facebook, the radio show, or Latin Studio Australia, one word, on Instagram.
What we'll do is we'll put all the links in our comment section so people can find you through those links. So that one there, where else can they find you?
It's the same one, but in Instagram. And Casa Latina on Instagram as well, which is the TV show. Yeah. That's it. That's one of the amazing ambassadors, like cultural ambassador, Marta Ramirez.
Very
She's
cool.
amazing. That was one of my teens. I was a doctor. I was a Peruvian and another journalist. That's the psychologist, the one that is next to me.
Oh, really?
Mexican, yeah.
It's just so cool, everything you do to help the community. It's just so cool.
It's like pretty much very, how you say, self-started. When I was working in Colombia with the radio station, I was dancing. They told me, hey, you want to jump in the mics one other day? I said, no, thank you. I will be terrified. But then you know, get to dance in front of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and then you just do it and that's okay. But then no on the microphones. I was terrified.
Yeah.
And then I came here and then I just did it. I was very unsure because of my English and going to a class, especially when you're learning laws and what it means some of the terms. You have to have it right. But yeah, I have great teachers. So
Yeah. No, that's
I
awesome.
did it 10 years and we're still
Yeah, that's it. It's still going. Well, see, that's the thing is like in a year or 2 years, like I'd love to have you back on and we just like talk about what you've done since then.
Yeah,
Cause,
absolutely.
Because I always do that with my guests. Like anyone that's like, you know, they're doing so many cool things, get them back on all the things they've done since then. So
yeah, absolutely. I can come back and get to see you beautiful cats
yeah,
again.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
Give one more shout out. Spanish Film Festival
Oh, yeah.
is on until the 9th of July.
Yep. So as Marco just said, so the Spanish Film Festival is actually on until the 9th of July. So we've got, I think, just about a week left. But then there's all these films that you can go and watch. And honestly, I want to go watch at least one. Like, it's so cool.
Oh, yes.
It's just so cultural. Like, it's just, it's all there. It's on the website, just like what Marco's showing up. So check it out and definitely go and have a look. And then, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, and I think Damien won a double pass to the festival.
I'll message him and tell him,
so congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. You know, they start me. They get me started with politics, I told you. I can get carried away. But thank you once again for having me.
Yep.
God bless you and everything you do with the community also.
No, thank you,
and, I hope I can come back. I think
yeah, no,
definitely.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me here, really, for the second time. I think you have enough with the first time. You had to put up with me.
No. It was just the power problem, so. But anyway, so the way we usually end the podcast, we just like wave and then like you go, yeah, we're doing it. Yeah, all right, we're waving. All right, we'll see you guys soon, all right? All right, catch you guys. And then you go black screen and then mic's